welcome back to the channel. My name is Tara, and today I'm going to be pouring these coasters from Molds and Shapes. It's the Geranium, and I'm going to be doing them for my coffee table spring decor. And this is also going to be my first Coasting Through the Week collaboration. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Alright, so I've mixed up 10 ounces of the Teexpert Pure Glossy because it's my longest working resin, I believe. It takes a little longer to cure, so I assume it just has a longer working time because I want to do a crackle effect. And with a crackle or a geode technique, you need a longer working resin. I'm going to be using the Meyspring green pyromorphite and possibly some Let's Resin chameleon flakes in the gold. It's got like gold and green in it. And then after demold, I'm going to pick out a few of these UVDTF stickers. That's why I picked the green, because I thought they would go with some of the fairies, since it's like kind of, they're sitting in the grass, flowers, and stuff like that. So, and then I'll do a top coat. All right, so let's get started. Just mixed up my resin using the Let's Resin mini mixer again. I'm going to take my spatula and just scrape off all that resin. Okay, looks good. And then let me get a couple cups to split it up. So with the Crackle technique, you need like a mica powder and a transparent. You can either mix up a transparent resin dye or just use clear. And I'm just going to use clear. So I'm going to split this probably with more clear than mica, because you need a good amount of clear. Oh, well, first, actually, I keep forgetting. Almost forgetting, rather. I'm going to scrape the sides of my cup. Make sure all that resin is completely mixed in together. That cup does not get the sides. It only gets the middle. So you want to scrape your sides in the bottom of your cup if you're using one of these mixers. Well, you want to scrape the sides and bottom anyway, but if you use one of the mixers on the stand or in the mini mixer, you definitely need to scrape the sides. And you want to incorporate all that resin until you don't see any more striations and all that cloudiness goes away. I don't know if you can tell that in there, but it's still a little cloudy with some streaks. And it's starting to clear up now. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah. All right, I think that, yeah, that's good. All right, so I'm going to split my resin up. Let's see, I mixed up 10 ounces. So for my mica, I'm going to do, let's do 4. So I have an ounce for every coaster. And hopefully that'll be good. I haven't done a Crackle for a little while. Hopefully I'm not out of practice. But I find that some of these techniques do better with the mica powder that you choose as well. I've had problems in the past with using certain micas, but with these Meysprings, they do a lot better. Another reason why I like them. I'm not sure what the difference is, but I do know that they mix in very, very easily as well. That might be how fine the powder is. I'm not really sure. All right, so I'm going to get me a spoonful here. Now you do need a good amount. I really don't want to put that over my mold. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to put a good amount of mica. So you don't want it too heavy, but you also want enough to make the striations, or the crackles in this case. Kind of hard to judge. I guess you kind of have to play around with it yourself, really. Depends on how much resin you have. Like I said, maybe the type of mica you have as well. I'm going to scrape all this off the sides where I got it all up there and from mixing probably too fast. It's a really pretty green. I don't do a lot of greens, but this is a really pretty color. All right. Now, if you let your mixture sit for a few minutes, you'll be able to tell if you got it mixed in well enough, because mica powder will float. Like I said, I haven't really ever had problems with this mica before mixing in very well, because it does a really good job. So, all right, let me clean that off. Put my spoon back. And let's see. Should I even worry about putting it in the vac? Yeah, I'm going to put it in the vacuum chamber. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. Oops, I had to clean that off real quick. All right, so what you're going to do first, or what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to pour some clear in the molds. I'm going to try to get it even as possible. Hopefully I didn't put too much more in than in either one. Let's see. Get a napkin. Okay. You know what? I just assumed this was 10 ounces because the other one was. I haven't actually poured this one. So hopefully I have enough to fill it. Let's see what's left. I have about a ½ ounce, so I'm going to check to see which ones could use some more. So now I'm just going to take my clear and try to get an even amount. Clear mica, and try to get an even amount in each one. Okay, that was close. A little more. Might have put too much clear, honestly. We'll see. All right. See, we're at 2. So we're doing good so far. Yeah, I might have did my ratios a little off. And it doesn't look like the mold is full, so apparently these take more than 10 ounces. But I guess that's all right. Pouring the mold for the first time is always a little experiment, I guess. Not experiment, but you figure it out after you pour it once. Get a better idea of what it can take, what it looks like, what you can do with it, and what you can't. And I might need to mix up some more. That's kind of not too happy about that because it's going to be working at a different time frame though. So, but I could definitely use some more of the mica. So, yeah. Might need to go ahead and do that. They're not full. And I don't know that I'm going to get that mica spread throughout and get some more bubbles. I think I'm making more just doing that though. Let's see. I don't have that much room, but I do want to fill it up. So I'm going to mix up a little bit more, but you don't need to see me do that again. So I will be back when it's time to demold. All right, I'm back. These are all cured. Now, I can't finish them right now because my daughter's got an appointment, but I can't wait to see what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and get them out, and we'll finish them later when I get back. Oh, they're still soft. See? Oh, yeah, they're still soft. I'm going to go ahead and just get them all out so I can move this mold. And then we'll turn them over. Very soft still. Goodness. Gotta lay them flat now. Alright, so let's move this out of the way. Alright, now they're all flat. Alright, and look, they even did a little bit of a geode effect on the back where I poured that second little bit of resin. Oh, well, I don't mind the clear. I kind of like the clear on the edges. Probably should have did less clear and more green. But that's cool looking. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Oh, look. It, the crackle, I've never seen it do that before. I guess because I put too much clear. But it's got like little holes in it where you can see through it. But that's neat. I kind of like that. I know you got that. There's a ring light in the way, but yeah, I kind of like that. Aw, yeah. I wanted to look like grass, you know. I think it did. Let me see. I don't know if you can see you can see a couple flakes. Not a lot. Let me turn this off. There we go. You see that? Yeah. I like them. I like this side too, though. This thing, that looks cool too. Yeah. They're different. I haven't done Crackle that looks like that before. But I don't know if I may have put too much mica, and I know it was a lot of clear. My ratios are off. I haven't done Crackle for a while, so I was a little off. But I've never done it with that particular resin either. I always do it with the Let's Resin. So, yeah. I'm sure all resins act differently, but it definitely looks like grass, like I was going for. So that's good. And then, let's see. Just get a little sneak peek of what it might look like. Yeah. Hope you don't lose that where it's got green in it, though. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go get my daughter off to the doctor, and then we'll be back to put the stickers on and do a top coat. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So I did see that when I started peeling on this side, for some reason, it was coming up better. So I'm going to pull real slow just in case it's not going to come off, or, so that the sticker's not coming off. I don't know why it wasn't working from the other sides. That's weird. All right, so there we go. That's pretty. Normally not big on green, but I guess for this type of thing, it's nice. Let's see. Oh. Scraper. Trying to do it like at an angle seems to help with not getting in as many bubbles in the sticker. Alright, let's see. Well, then dropped it. Okay. Alright, that one's working good. I'm missing a piece right there. There we go. Oh, this one is laying on something. They're still a little soft and bendy. I'm going to try to keep them laying flat or on a flat surface. Let's see. Which way do I want to put this one? I also have some like long ones. It's like a full sheet that are fairies as well that I might do a tray to match. I think that would be nice. Get it all laid down. Oh, missed a piece right there again. So yeah, I just want to keep an eye on the sticker as you're peeling it back to see if there's any parts of the transfer that it's not laying down. You don't want to mess up your pretty little sticker there. Have missing pieces. There we go. So just one more. I really like the way this purple was contrasting on the green. I think it looks really nice. And make sure that none of the sticker is on one of the parts right there, because then I'll lose that part. Okay. Make sure you go all around the edges so that it's sealed in properly. There we go. All right. I think they look nice. Let's take a look at it up close. Very, very pretty. And this one. I really like this one. All right. So now, you know what? Actually, I probably better wait until these are a little bit more solid, because I want to do a top coat, and when you do a top coat you kind of want to sit it up on top of something so that if it does drip you don't get it stuck to the mat. And where this is so soft still, I'm afraid it's going to bend. you know. So I probably should have put these on a heat mat before I put this on because you do not want to use a heat mat with your stickers because it will ruin them. So I'm going to wait a little bit and let these get a little bit more solid. And then we'll do a top coat. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, I think these are cured enough now. I did start and use my J-Diction chrome marker in the copper and do a little trim around the edges. I did those three and I figured we would do the last one together. So you just shake it up real good and then kind of do like that to prime it a couple times. And then you just take and stick the tip of the marker halfway on, halfway off. What I like to do is just kind of spin the coaster a little bit and go all the way around. Try not to touch it because it does take a second to dry. So it just kind of gives you a little interest on the sides, and then also you'll notice whether or not you got bubbles on your edges this way. And because when you do a top coat and they're outside of the mold, you gotta take care of those edges beforehand so that your resin doesn't roll off the edge and break surface tension. And I'll show you how to take care of that. So I think that is good all the way around. Oh, touched it right there. I'm going to fix that real quick. So, and then what I do when I have bubbles, there wasn't very many. There was only a couple from what I could see. I just take some painter's tape and get you a little piece of it cut off. Hopefully these are dry. And then I'll just cut them into smaller pieces. Just like that. Well, and put a couple of them to the side. And then wherever your bubbles are, you're just going to want to take that tape. You know what? I just did this one last. Let's make sure that one's dry real good first. Let's see if I got any bubbles on this one. Actually, that one looks good. It might be dry enough to do it. Okay, so there's a bubble on this one. So you just want to take this tape and put it on the edge of the coaster as close to the rim as you can and cover up that hole. Just like that. And so now when you do your top coat, that resin won't roll down that hole and start overflowing. See, it kind of just holds that in place. And grab another piece. Okay, here's one right here. And try to get the straightest line as I can. Just like that. I think that, yeah, that's good. I think there was one more. I think it's that one right there. This one might be a little bit more difficult to get into. Okay. Now let's smooth it out. Give me a little tool here. I'm going to take my little flat silicone tool here and just kind of lay that flat up against it. So it's got a good seal to it. If I got any more on that one? Well, there's one. Oh, there's a little one right there. Now some of them might be too small really to matter, but I just want to be sure. Make sure we don't have too much chance of overflow. Okay. Now is that one right there? Oh, no, that's one I already covered up. One right there too. I don't have a whole lot of room to put any tape there though. We'll see. Let's see if I can. Where did it go? There we go. I don't know. It's right there on that corner. Really? It's hard to do right there. Maybe if I turn it this way. It's taking my paint off though, isn't it? Where did it go? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that one or not. You know what? It might be all right. All right, so I'm gonna go mix up some resin, and I will be right back. Okay, so I don't have any tabletop resin. I've been meaning to buy some for a while and just haven't done it. But I mixed up some Teexpert Fast Cure, about 70 mils. And I mixed in some of the flakes from Let's Resin. the gold and the pink gold. These are the intense ones. Not sure if that was a good idea. I think I may have put too much. But anyway, So I got my coasters up on a little bowl, which is just a little bowl that my sister-in-law had picked up for me at the Goodwill, I think, which are really cute. It's got some little stir stick things that came with it, so that was really nice. And I have leveled them the best I could with this little spirit level. Very, very handy. So we shouldn't have any runoff as long as I don't overfill them. So, yeah, I think I may have put too much, but we'll see. And the cup, when I was mixing it, I couldn't really see. It didn't look like I put hardly anything in it, but now it looks like too much. So what you're going to do, if you've never top coated it before, just start off pouring a little bit, and also tabletop or like a fast cure is best because it's thicker, less chance of runoff. So we're just going to pour a little bit on there at first. And then just kind of spread it to the edges. You can kind of flick it off the edge, and that why do I always forget that word? Surface tension should hold it on as long as you don't overfill it. I'm just going to drag it, kind of flick it over the edge. Not too far, but just kind of pull a little bit to the edge and flick it over. Just like that. Let me shut this door real quick. Seems like somebody's just pulled in. All right. And I'll show you how to do one, and then I will do the rest on my own. See, oops, looked it over too far on that one. And then once you bring it all to the edge like that, you can see you can add a little bit more if it's pulling away from the edge, then that means you don't have enough on there. Or if you're having little fish eyes or holes in the resin showing up, that means you don't have enough. I'll add a little bit more because it seems like I don't have enough to make it to the edge there. Now once I got it all on there, it doesn't look like it's too much flakes. I just want to give a little extra something considering these are fairy coasters. Just a little bit of fairy dust or something. You know. And try to scoop some from the middle over to each petal, and then when I get to the edge, to, don't drag it all the way to the edge. Just kind of pull it here and then guide it over lightly. And you want to kind of keep an eye, like get to where you can see in a different light. Like bend down, look to the side to see if you can see the resin pulling away from the edge. or if it's all the way around properly. You want to make sure that the resin is pulled all the way over to the edge on all areas of the coaster. Different angles will show you better if you've gotten it all the way over. So, oh, I just got some on the side there. So, but yeah. So, kind of scary maybe the first couple times you do it. I did a god-awful job the first few times I did this. Normally it either fell off and overspilled and I ruined it, or I had too much on there and it went off the edge, or I forgot to level it and it went over one side. So lots of things can contribute to your overspill, but or I just had the wrong resin and it wasn't thick enough, so it went over. But after you get it, if you get a thicker resin, it's easier. And after you do it a couple times, it's not so scary anymore. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna continue to do this. I'm not gonna make you watch the whole time because it's not that fun to watch. So I will finish doing this and we'll be back whenever it's all good and cured. All right. See you in a minute. All right, I'm back and these are all cured. Now, I did mess up a little. I forgot to lightly sand the surfaces, and even though I was already kind of concerned about these little points here, didn't take heed to that. And with the little surface areas right through where the petals combine, it's very, very thin, and it caused all of the petals, or all of the coasters in each of these corners here, to run over on every single one of them. There's not much surface area in between there, so the resin basically kind of just wanted to combine together, I guess, and just overflowed. I definitely should have sanded the surfaces. Just completely forgot. Maybe that would have helped. Not sure, but I mean, could always go back through and sand the backs of these to get all that off, and I probably will. I'm not going to do it on camera or anything, but yeah, I think they turned out nice either way. I really like how the flakes look. I like the pattern of the crackle and the contrast of the fairies. I think it definitely achieved what I was going for it to look kind of like a grassy scene, like fairies in the grass and in the forest type deal. So yeah, and then I had a little extra from the top coat, so I just threw it in this little coaster. It's not much to do anything with yet, so I'm just going to keep it to the side. Next time I have some extras, maybe I can figure out what, something cool to do with that. So, but yeah, I guess that's it for the day. And just let me know what you think, if you like them. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.